Every Tuesday, we feature some of the brilliant women, the premium members in the V.I.B.E Wellness Woman Group.
How sleep deprivation affects your just everyday.
I have with me Linda Kajist, the beautiful, lovely Kelly Anderson. Hi, Kelly. And hi, welcome to Talk Tuesday. My name is Linus Woods-Mullins, and I am a holistic living and wellness expert for women over 40 and host of Talk Tuesday, where some of the premier members of the V.I.B.E Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond group get a chance to present some of their products and services. And today we have something kind of special because we're going to be talking with our friend Sheila Keilty, the UnDiet coach, and she's going to be talking a little bit about what's going to be going on with her holiday season and maybe some tips in terms of ways to eat healthy and still have fun during the holiday. Hi, Sheila.
Hey, Linus, can you hear me and everything?
Yes, I can hear you and everything. How are you?
I'm a little verklempt. I'm a little shaken. I have a whole studio set up getting ready for our cook-along today. Today's our live cook-along for Thanksgiving prep. There's cameras, there's everything. And I went to press the StreamYard link and we were going to do live from my kitchen today. Right. And the mic failed and the mic would not work.
Oh, no.
So I ran into my office and I'm here. I'm with you guys. I had something really special, but we can still describe and talk about all of it and be excited about it. So
yeah. Now, what is this live cooking session that you're talking about?
Well, on the Ultimate Holiday Reboot, this is our 4th year doing it. It's had different names. It was like Better Holiday. I mean, it's had all different iterations, but the Ultimate Holiday Reboot, which is on our Reboot Academy, is the annual get together that we do around the stress and the holidays, trying to reduce the stress, deal with what am I going to eat? What am I going to do with Aunt Louise and Uncle George and their opinions, and people trying to get me to break my diet and break my healthy way of living. Just one bite with the lady chasing you with the fork and all the stresses of money and everything during the holidays, and really rebooting it and having a healthy approach, whether it's the holidays or it's Tuesday, that you can take your healthy living out into the world, and wherever you go, there you are. You bring your healthy world with you.
Now, I know one of the things you're talking about getting set up for your live cooking session. That's part of the holiday reboot. What is that like? And what are you going to be cooking today?
Well, it's a live cooking session. It starts at 3:30 p.m. PST. It'll go to however long it needs to go. Mm-hmm. And what we're going to do, last week on our first live, we figured out what the viewers want, what the students wanted to cook. And we have a whole library of rebooted holiday recipes that are healthy and delicious that you can swim through and not worrying about your waistline and still enjoy it. And nobody knows that it's not diet food. It's just good food, well made. And so we decided on some sides and some desserts. We're making a cranberry ribbon cheesecake with a homemade ginger snap crust. So it's ginger snaps.
Wait a minute. Cranberry, gingerbread crust, cheesecake. Normally people look at all that and they'll say sugar and fats and all this other kind of stuff. High calorie, it's cheesecake. How can that possibly be a healthy recipe for that? What kinds of ingredients are you using?
Well, first of all, the fat part and the calories part, so long as the calories that are making up the fats and the kind of fats that they are healthy quality versions, they're good for you. So we start with quality ingredients no matter what we're making, because it really does make a difference with the quality of what you're doing. It's either delivering bad seed oils, omega-6 oils to you, or you're getting great omega-3 oils. So choose your ingredients wisely, ladies. It makes a huge, huge difference. The other thing is I have 2 or 3 of my favorite sweeteners, and I'll bring them over to you right now if you let me run and grab them. One of the things we're going to be talking about tonight are the different kinds of sugar replacements that are out there that are healthy and delicious. So let me grab them.
Okay.
Give me just a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right
Well,
back.
talk amongst yourselves. And while she's taking off to go and get that, I just wanted to tell you all that the reason why Sheila is doing this, she's a part of the V.I.B.E Connect advertising group, which runs out of my group of 22,300 women from 92 different countries. It's called the V.I.B.E Wellness Woman Group, and it's on Facebook. And you can join that and then also apply to be a V.I.B.E advertiser, which gives you access to over 22,000 women who all are excited about the idea of being well. So if you have a product or service that you want to feature during the holidays, get in touch with me on Facebook. Just message me, Lennis Woods Mullins, and I will share with you the information on how you can be a part of the V.I.B.E Connect advertising group. So you're back. What you get?
I'm back, and I agree with you. The Christmas carols are playing. It's so much fun over here. So, like you said, you hear cranberries, like a cranberry ribbon through a cheesecake with a ginger snap crust. You think, oh, sugar, yuck. So start quality ingredients. Get the organic cream cheese. Get the organic version. Make your own ginger snaps. There's just four ingredients. They cook up real crisp, and they make a beautiful crust. And what a great combination is the ginger and the cranberry. And the cranberry looks like a red ribbon or a pink ribbon that's going through. It's beautiful. It's a real ta-da kind of dessert.
So are the cranberries fresh as well?
We are making our own cranberry sauce today as part of it. And you don't need any gelatin or any of the gunk that's in that came out of the kit. Remember that thing that came out of the kit? You don't need any of those bad ingredients. Cranberries have so much pectin in them that they make their own jam. They thicken up on their own. So you don't have to add all that stuff. It takes 10 minutes to make this best cranberry sauce of your life. So you're going to be doing that live tonight and then swirling it through a cheesecake that we're doing in an Instant Pot, and we'll be ready in a half an hour. So here are the different types of sweeteners. What sweeteners, you ask? Well, if you're using Equal or any of those sweeteners, step away from those. Those kinds of fake sugars that are out there, the way they work chemically, ladies, is they work on the sugar center of the part of your brain that says sweet. And it has to be 70 to 150 times as sweet as sugar for your brain to go, aha, I guess that's sweet. For us to say, oh, sweet. Now, when that happens, our pancreas releases tons of insulin because we've just had 150 teaspoons of sugar, right? That just increases your insulin resistance and metabolic unhealth. They're not healthy for you, ladies. And if you look at any of those little powdered packets at Starbucks or those, we talked about this last week, first ingredient is what?
It's dextrose. Is that right?
Dextrose or sucralose. Both oses are sugar. So they're using sugar to get it in there for the sweetener. It's crazy. So there are 3 sweeteners that I use on a regular basis. All are completely natural. They're real sweeteners made from real ingredients, and they're one ingredient wonders that all are available on Amazon or anywhere you want to order them. And I use them for different things. So that's what I was going to show you today. Now, because they're not chemicals that are, trying to get your bliss center, your brain to light up, they're real sweeteners. They just register as sweet. But all 3 of them have a glycemic index of 1 or 0.
Wow.
Now, just to give you an idea, sugar is 100, right?
That's
so
the glycemic index.
Yeah. So if like Equal would be 85 or 10 or 2, it all has a level. An orange might be a 70. So it's like everything has, the higher the number, the more the glycemic index is how much sugar enters your bloodstream. Like if I was wearing a continuous glucose monitor, CGM, it would light up with, oh, sugars hit your blood. I tested all of these with my own CGM that I had left over from being diabetic. I put it on, I get out my app, and I test all of these things out on myself. Now the first one, everybody knows, stevia. Right? Now stick with liquid stevia, not the powdered version, not the blends, not the erythritols. Erythritol's being taken off the market soon. It's being recalled in a number of states already.
Wow.
There are a number of countries that won't let it in because it causes heart disease. And it's a problem. California's talking about it right now in the Senate. The California government is just deciding whether to have it around or not. And when you see monk fruit blend, and you look on the back, says erythritol, and I think someone whispers monk fruit over it. That's how it's a monk fruit blend. But you need to be careful when you look at those blends. They're almost all erythritol. Erythritol is the crystallization from the alcohols that are from the distilling of sugar. It's a free product. Someone tastes it, says, hey, that's sweet too. Let's sell that. Nobody tested it on health. They just put it out there as a free byproduct. Liquid stevia, however, is made from a leaf, like it has like the picture of the leaf on it, right? Now, the liquid version is just 100% stevia, and it's really up to you with how much you want. Some people feel it has an aftertaste or something. I think it's fine in small amounts, but it's not good to bake with. And it's better in cold things than hot things. Hot things change the taste. Remember, it's a natural product, so it's going to react differently. But as a day-to-day sweetener, I keep one in my purse. I keep one on the counter. I take one with me, so if I'm out and I want a little coffee or something, sweet, it hits you. But not when you're baking. Have you ever tried to bake with stevia?
No, in fact, I'm one of those people where stevia gives an aftertaste, so I don't use too much stevia.
It's almost like cilantro. Like, to some people, it's not good. Stevia, it's a matter of personal taste. For people who have no problem with it, it would be great to sweeten, for instance, the cranberry sauce that we're doing, because you just need a little bit to give it a sweet in the background, but you're not pouring like half the bottle in. To give you an idea of how sweet this is, 15 drops is equal to a cup of sugar.
Ooh,
So when people put like 10 drops in their cup of coffee, it's got an aftertaste.
Right,
you don't put an entire, plunger full into a
just a
cup
drop
of coffee. Yeah, and it's glass. If possible, always get glass with your containers for other reasons. Now, the one to bake with, I've tried 1,000. It feels. There is a post that I did that I will make available. I'll put it up on V.I.B.E. That I went through every single sweetener that was listed in Amazon to see how many sweeteners are there. There were dozens of them, and all of them, including this product in brown sugar form, had erythritol in it. That's how ubiquitous. That's how everywhere erythritol is. So read your labels, ladies. So I'll make that. I'll repost it up to V.I.B.E. so people can have that follow-up information. That'd be great. And it's called Bocha Sweet. I don't know if that's background or Bocha Sweet. Now, a lot of people say Boca. It's Bocha because it's made from the kabocha pumpkin. It looks like a little green Japanese lantern. 1 glycemic ratio, and it looks and tastes and feels and bakes just like sugar. It's just crystal sugar crystals.
and it does have a sweet taste.
No aftertaste. Some people think it's a little caramelly tasting. Doesn't taste like kabocha pumpkin, but it's the sugar from boiling it down and letting it sit in a crystalline. Now, it will melt into caramel. You can make caramels out of it. When you bake, it blends into everything. It doesn't stay crystal. When you make cocoa, for instance, you can put a teaspoon of this in. Some people think it's a little bit more sweet than sugar. Don't overdo it first for yourself.
Just a little bit, because I'm at the stage now where I don't use anything sweet like for my beverages. I drink black coffee, regular cocoa with no sugar.
So even a little bit tastes like a lot.
So for me, just a little bit, I can taste it very easily. But I find for my grandchildren, they like that. They can't tell me.
If you licked your finger and did the, like when you were a kid and you used to get a finger full of sugar, you wouldn't know the difference. No. You would not know the difference. It is that.
My taste is a little bit better, actually.
And it comes in a very small little bag because a lot of people say half a cup's a cup or something, but test it out for yourself. And it's 3 grams of carbs, and it has some dietary fibers. And although it does say, I'm just reading this is a new thing. Live on V.I.B.E. here.
What does it have on there?
They've added xylitol.
Oh, wow.
Which is pentose, which is sugar. There's 3 grams of it, but xylitol's a 0 thing, but it's one of those ones that's like, be careful. It used to just say kabocha, and now it says xylitol. But you know what? Some people say that the kabocha extract is what xylitol is. I'll look into it and I'll let you know. But I've been using this for a couple years now. Cooks like a dream. So if you are baking something,
that's the go-to. Okay.
I'll look into that xylitol thing. I don't like live on camera, turn it around and getting a surprise.
You learn something new every day. Even the UnDiet coach.
Yes.
Some things we can learn.
The people change stuff. And I got a box of these to use for all of my baking. And I just grabbed one. So I'm going to show this on camera.
Right.
Now, this next one is a real find. This is something I've ever only told to my rebooters who are my UnDiet clients. And I said, I think the V.I.B.E. lady should know about this too. It's really cool. Now, do you like the taste of caramel?
Yep, absolutely. One of my favorites.
And you're a gut specialist as well. And so you know about MAX, those kind of long chain fibers that are good for prebiotics for your tummy.
Right.
Well, there is an ancient tuber called yacon, Yacon, and there's a syrup that's made from it called yacon syrup, and it's a Chilean up in the Andes somewhere. And I used to have this when I lived in South America. In Colombia, we'd have yacon all the time, like sweet potatoes or something. And that's where a lot of our tubers come from, is South America, ladies, all the potatoes and everything. So yacon root syrup has a 0 glycemic scale, tastes like caramel, and it's made from this yacon root. But it's also a prebiotic fiber that helps fertilize your gut with fibers that make it all
Wow,
the way
eating
to your
something
tummy.
sweet that's good for the gut, that's almost
That's
unheard
good
of.
for the gut. So here's what it looks like: yacon syrup in a little thing. I couldn't find a glass bottle, but they do have little like glass honey jar kind of things of it. Now you don't want to have more than about a teaspoon a day. This is not have a lot of it, ladies. But just like the swirl is on here, it's a real sticky caramel swirl, just like that.
Oh, okay. Very kind of rich.
Yeah, very caramelly. So if you wanted to make candied pecans, and you just over the top, toss it back in, and it's sticky and wonderful and sets up like caramel, and it's good for your tummy. I mean, it's amazing.
Excellent. So now, have you made cookies with that?
I have made millionaire shortbreads with it to get that kind of brown sugary taste, but I had to be very careful and cut it with a little bocha sweet, because remember, more than a teaspoon could give you some tummy overproduction, shall we say, coming from your tummy. Could give you the trots. We don't want that during the holidays or any kind of gas, but because it gets your tummy going. And there are long chain, those super long chain fibers. Think of celery with those really long fibers. You chew it and you chew it, and it's like string. But that kind of long, undigestible fiber, it makes it past your stomach acids and past all of your parts, and it gets to your large intestine and feeds the good bacteria and helps balance out any kind of imbalances you have. It helps with leaky gut syndrome to build the good bacteria back. It helps your estrobolome so that it can organize that's the microbiome that organizes all the estrogens in your body that they discovered last year.
Very important for women, by the way, all you women out there. Yes, very important.
I had both my ovaries out with a full hysterectomy at 40, very young. Had all kinds of girl problems. Probably could have solved it holistically now, but at the time, I had them out. And so I had menopause at 40. My face dropped at 40 and had to be on HRT right away because I was so young, hormone replacement therapy. And somewhere around 55, I said, I just don't want to take the HRT anymore. I'd been taking it for a long time. And I had a lot until last year, had so many night sweats and all these things. As soon as I started using prebiotic fibers, it organized my estrobolome. I have no night sweats. I have no ovaries. I have no night sweats. I have none of the symptoms of menopause any longer.
So it helped to regulate the estrogen so that you didn't have some of those extreme symptoms that we know we have when we have menopause.
Right. So if you have any kind of extreme night sweats or mood swings or any of those things going on right now, because we think that estrogen pops out of our ovaries and it kind of swims around in our belly, but actually nearly every cell in our body produces estrogen, especially our fat cells, which is why overweight men get what is called gastromania, the man boobs, that when men develop breasts from being obese.
The testosterone,
yes. Well, it's from the estrogen production from their fat. That's what it's from. So it floats around our whole bodies. The estrogen is kind of like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where. The estrobolome, if your gut's out of whack, it's not doing its job to go gather it, organize it, and get it to all the right places for your skin, for your organs, for your mental health, for your heat regulation. Think of all the things in menopause. That's what estrogens do. That's why the HRT helps. So if you're taking care of your gut microbiome with things just like putting caramel in picture a caramel macchiato and you on top.
And that particular thing will enable you to enjoy some of the foods you like, but also has a double benefit of helping you with your gut health. And for women over 40, but in particular, those of you who are menopausal, it can definitely help with balancing the hormones. But the other thing that I think is so important is it definitely helps with the gut, especially during this time of the year. Because as you know, during this time of the year, people who didn't have gut issues will have gut issues.
Yep.
So I love the idea of people preparing some of their desserts with this. Now, that's the is it
Yacon? Yacon. Yacon.
Okay.
It looks like yakin, but
Yacon
it's pronounced
syrup,
yacon.
stevia, and what was the other one?
Liquid stevia.
Oh, bocha.
Bocha sweet,
Yes,
but
I've
only
sweet, yeah.
the granular white form.
Right.
The granular white form is the one.
Mm-hmm.
And according to the back, now that I'm reading on the xylitol thing, by the way, it says that the kabocha extract is the basis of xylitol. And the xylitol that's dangerous for you is the chemically produced one in a lab. But since this is naturally a sweetener, I'm sure it's
kudos from someone with diabetes. They say diverticulosis from diabetes.
Diverticulosis from diabetes.
Diverticulosis, yes. Diverticulosis, yes, from diabetes.
Do you know why you get diverticulosis with diabetes?
No, why?
Diverticulosis, the diverticuli are the little cilia that are on the inside of your gut, your intestinal lining, especially your large intestine. There's some in the small intestine, but mostly in the large. And the itis is always inflammation, right? So it's an inflammation of your gut lining. And it used to be thought that things like seeds, like you couldn't have strawberries or those things that have the tiny seeds, that they would hurt your gut. Actually, it's inflammation when you have diabetes from too much sugar causing inflammation and causing sugar's very sharp, and it does a lot of little mini cuts in your arteries. And it's why you have a lot of heart issues also for a number of reasons. But one of them, why with diabetes, you have all those little cuts from the in your kidneys, and all of the tubing in your body gets all those little teeny tiny cuts. And we send out LDL cholesterol in response to that, the big puffy ones, to paste over it.
Right.
That only makes diverticulitis worse. And when you have this inflammation from the excess sugar and from just inflammation that we have from diabetes, one of the best ways to treat that, besides pulling back on your sugars, because the only way sugar makes it to your body is if you put it in your mouth. There is gluconeogenesis, but only 35 grams a day that your liver makes its own sugar for us in case we don't get enough. But we eat it. So if you don't put sugar in your body, you're not going to have those excess sugars. But it's very common with diabetes.
Here's another issue around diabetes a lot of people don't realize, and that is how our carbohydrates break down. He said sugar from my former starch intake that converted to sugar. That was another thing that caused it. I guess the system that he had.
I don't understand what is the former starch intake converted to sugar. I guess eating starches turn into sugar.
He used to eat a lot of potatoes and a lot of pasta and potatoes.
Okay, so if you don't anymore,
right,
then it doesn't just float forever. Within a certain period of time, in a short period of time, you can eliminate your high blood sugar levels within a month.
It doesn't take long. And the same thing with your gut. You can heal your gut within 14 days.
Yeah. So I would love any other questions that people have. I love this.
Yeah. Any questions? This is the time to ask. I'm the UnDiet coach. People don't realize that a lot of these things that we might suffer from, we can turn around very quickly if we make the lifestyle changes. Oh, and he said he also used to eat a lot of bread. So the bread, the potatoes, the pasta. Yeah, it will definitely break down to sugar. And if you're already suffering from diabetes, it's not a good thing.
Just know this is a big misconception, guys. I'm sorry to burst some bubbles out there, but people take fruit and vegetables and they lump them together. Get your fruits and vegetables, right? Well, fruit is very different than a vegetable. Those are both produce, but they're very different things. Fruit really is nature's dessert. Okay, it's nature's candy. And we would normally, a long time ago, only have it seasonally or whatever, but we can have whatever fruit we want all the time, as much as we want. And you get a lot of fructose from sugar. So don't think that you're getting your fruits and veggies in. Get your veggies in, have a little bit of fruit, stick with lower glycemic fruit like berries are. But this time of year, a lower glycemic fruit would be apples and pears. right? But don't have 9 apples, and don't have the apple that's the size of your head.
And watch the mango and the
Apple.
pineapple and the watermelon. Watch
The
all
tropical ones, especially, and the
yeah,
melons are just
I know
sugar
they taste
bombs.
really, really good,
Yeah.
but they've got so much sugar in it. If you're struggling with that, it's
Right.
not a good thing.
And vegetables is not root vegetables. Root vegetables are something that's a whole other classification. You want vegetables that grow above ground, because in the root is where the vegetable stores its sugars, so it can't get to the sun and
That's
fertilize.
why, for instance, carrots are a little bit more on the sweeter side because of the fact that they are root vegetables. So true. Our friend here says that now he eats mostly berries. It sounds like you were on the mend. That's excellent.
Excellent. And I'm not just talking off the side of my head about diabetes. I had an A1C over 9. I was extraordinarily diabetic. My A1C is now below 5.5 and stays there because I don't put the sugars in. And sugar is root vegetables. Sugar is bread, rice, pasta, crack, even the whole wheat stuff, all the whole grain stuff. And net carbs, it's a myth. Now, fiber, yes, fiber will slow down the digestion of sugars in our body. So if you eat a whole apple with all the peel and everything, it's not going to slam into your body, but all that sugar is still making it there. It just slows it down. Now, in order to create a marketing stunt of what net zero is, someone decided that 1 gram of fiber takes away 1 gram of sugar. We're not that mathematical, guys. I know that sounds so good and it sounds so true, but Linus knows this. What did the big bad food, junk food companies start using for fiber? Do you remember?
No, I
They
don't.
call it cellulose fiber.
Oh, cellulose. Yes. As a
no, but do you know what that's code for?
Basically, it's poison. It's poison to our system.
It's sawdust.
Isn't that amazing? And the interesting
actual sawdust, ladies, like sawdust.
You would be surprised what some of these fillers are that they put in our foods. You would be shocked. You would be shocked.
But they know. We're running down the aisles and we're grabbing stuff off the aisles and zero net carbs. That's good.
In the food, also on top of the stuff, the fillers, they put things in the food to make you crave them, addictive.
Yeah, hit the bliss center of your brain.
Right, so that you keep eating more. That whole thing about no one can eat just one of the Lay's potato chips, that's really true.
That was researched. There's a book called Fat, Salt, Sugar out there by a New York Times journalist from the 70s or 80s. And it was something that the Lay's potato chip company figured out, that to hit the bliss center of your brain, there was a certain amount of fat, salt, and sugar that had to be in something and delivered in a particular shape onto your tongue that immediately hit the bliss center of your brain and made it addictive, and you can't eat just one. Then that's why they called that, their whole campaign was can't eat just one. It's not your fault. It's designed that way. That's why it's so
important to get the education so you can understand the reason why you're eating the way you're eating, or it's recommended that you eat the way you eat. When you understand your why, it makes it so much more doable to stick to it. And that's what I love about your program. I'm running down at the bottom, the tinyurl.com Reboot Academy. Now, you have something really special going on for the Black Friday. Yeah, tell them about that.
Okay, so there is still time. There's spaces still available to take part in the Ultimate Holiday Reboot. We've only had one session. It's on as replays. If you can't come to the lives, they will be on as replays. This is the first of 2. We're trying to get a third one in of these live ones. The next one's going to be all about Christmas cookies, y'all. So if you want to make some Christmas desserts, we're going to show you live how to do them. You can cook along with me. We decide what we want to have in the group, but each week is a different topic, and you get 7 coaching sessions in a group session with me and with 2 other coaches who are going to be talking about all different topics. So if you would like to have 30% off an already discounted, it's already half of what it was the last 3 years. And instead of 6 weeks, we're doing 7. Takes you all the way through the holidays with a coach in your back pocket. So don't let the holidays overwhelm you this year. We talk about mindfulness techniques, cooking, how to deal with planning, money, self-care, all of it during the holidays. And you can bring your questions live and we will answer them for you. So if you have any questions about what's going on, it's there. And to get the discount, you go to that tiny URL and you use the code Black Friday 30. And that's right on the page. When you go to there, it tells you, you don't have to memorize the code. It's right there on that page. When you go there, you can read more about what's going on, what the schedule is, sign up, and there's room tonight, 3:30. If you can't make 3:30 p.m. PST, if you're like, I'm at work at that time, you can watch it and replay afterwards. It will be up there. So I'd love to see more ladies there taking advantage of it. We have some spots left open. And these V.I.B.E listeners, I'm telling you, your people have it going on. They are a bunch of badasses who take their health seriously and step up and show up for themselves. Those are the kind of people I want to be around.
Real quick about that, because some people are saying, well, it's the holidays and presents and all that kind of stuff. And I get that. But I always advocate the idea of giving gifts to myself, because I do so much giving during this time of the year. And this is the gift of health. You cannot, it's really more than a gift. It's an investment in you to be able to take better care of you and to learn the reason why you're being told to do these things. And that's why it will stick. That's why
we say health is learned.
That's right. You'll begin to lose those unwanted pounds and inches, but most importantly, you'll get in better health. And this is the ideal time to really do something like this, because we are headed into, or we're already there. The virus season is here. I have to tell you, the other day, I had to go to the hospital to visit a friend. And I was really shocked, because I haven't seen a lot of people running around with masks and things like we did, a couple of years ago. That ED was full. It was so full that I decided not to even walk through there and to go around to the main lobby and take the elevator up.
This new variant is potent.
It's potent.
It is. Take it seriously when you're out there, people.
Right. So you need to do the things that are going to fortify your immune system, that are going to make you feel better in your body and get you healthier. The more sugar you're eating, the more processed foods you're eating. If you're not sourcing your foods properly, then you're not probably as healthy as you could be. The Reboot Academy can help you get healthier.
Yes, it can. And entering the new year, thriving, not dreading, trying to fit into your clothes after the holidays and, all of the self-blame and shame that goes on after the holidays. Why don't we skip all of that? Why don't we reboot the holidays in a way that we can enjoy them, sail through with health and good sleep and restful, unstressful times? What's that worth? I mean, that's a gift to your family for you not to be completely stressed out during the holidays.
Somebody on Facebook was saying that they need to share this live to her or his eRecipes Facebook group. Please do.
Absolutely.
Would love that. Oh, and I think it's a female, because for some reason everything shows up male on StreamYard. But
it does, doesn't it? It's like a little man.
Yeah. But he said he's drinking lots of ginger turmeric. I love turmeric and I love ginger. And I also never stopped wearing his NY mask. Yeah, I know. It's interesting. But let's do what we can from a holistic perspective in terms of taking better care of our overall temples, mind, body, and spirit. And you will learn a lot about that in the Reboot Academy. Wow, this is so exciting. You're going to be having another session, and you have the 30% off. How long does this last till? Is it until Friday, or does it start?
End of the day on Friday, 5 p.m. PST. It is gone. And we have 5 more sessions after today. If you bought 7 coaching sessions with a professional health coach, a money coach, a self-care coach, a lifestyle coach, we have a stylist who's going to be coming on and talking about how to buy different kind of gifts for different body types and, clothing gifts and things. If you hired all those people, it would be around $3,000 to have 7-week access to people like that.
It's interesting too, because we don't even think about the fact that we can spend that much very easily in an ED surgery, going and taking a lot of medications. It adds up, and her course is nowhere near that. Oh, and that was my.
You want me to share how much it is? Do you want me to fill people in so it's not so mystery?
Hi, Sister Regina. That's one of my friends.
For the last 3 years, we've charged $600 for it. It was a 6-week course. It's a 7-week course this year with 4 of us coaching instead of just myself. And we're charging $297 for it. So it's less than half. Plus you get 30% off, which means it ends up being $197. So it's just, you can't get 7 sessions and all the lessons, the recipes, the online everything. It's not just the lives. There is a whole course, and for the rest of your life, so long as I've got breath and we've got the entire portal
It
up
will
and
be
Reboot
there.
Academy's up, you'll have access to it
Absolutely, it will be
year
there.
after year.
Yes, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, first of all, for all that you do. I know that this is a labor of love in terms of trying to get the word out there of what needs to happen for us to get well and to stay well and to educate people and to understand the why behind some of the things that you recommend. That is so important when it comes to people buying into changing their lifestyle. And she does it incrementally. She doesn't overwhelm you, but she's extremely knowledgeable. So I highly recommend that you go to the Reboot Academy. There's a tiny URL. Go ahead and take advantage of that 30% off, because before you know it, Friday will be here. In fact, this is Tuesday, perfect time to go ahead and get a chance to see that replay that we're going to be doing today, the live cooking session. So are you all ready for your live cooking session that you?
Yes, I am. I need to make sure I can get, I'm glad we did this because, oh my goodness, I have to go live tonight. It might be a StreamYard thing. I don't know, but I have multiple cameras up for the stove and everywhere.
I'm sure it'll work. It'll absolutely work. Very good. I'm so excited that this is happening and can't wait to hear the results. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this wonderful Talk Tuesday. Sheila, we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, Miss Bestie. Take care.
Bye-bye. And thanks to all of you. I just wanted to say real quickly, and I mentioned this earlier when we got started with the wonderful Sheila Keilty. There is a program called the V.I.B.E Connect Advertising Program that runs out of the V.I.B.E Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond group. This advertising program enables you to do just what Sheila did right now, to be able to do lives. You have your postings take priority in the group of over 22,300 women. You get to go on live on my podcast, live on my Instagram, just a plethora of things that come with the benefit of being a V.I.B.E Connection advertiser. Since it's the holidays, and I know everybody is trying to get their message out there in terms of their products and services, I am running specials. Get in touch with me on Facebook Messenger, and I'll share with you what the prices are. I will be running a Black Friday special, and that Black Friday special will be good just for that one day, but the programs that I'm offering, you'll be able to advertise the whole year in the Facebook group. And let me just tell you that the Facebook group grows about 110, mostly women, about 97% women, every 10 days. So this time last year, my group was at maybe 13,000 or something like that. Now it's over 22,300 people and they're interactive. They actually respond to the postings. It's a wonderful way to get people to know who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and to build those relationships, to get them off the platform onto your mail list. So if this sounds like something you need to have, please go ahead and contact me on Facebook. Message me, Linus Woods Mullins, and I'll share with you all the information because it really is a great program. Thanks so much for being with me. Have a fantastic and wonderful Thanksgiving. Can't wait till my Thanksgiving. And don't forget to buy. Bye-bye, everybody. Talk Tuesdays every Tuesday between 8:30 and 10:30. Not just her journey, but also share with you the kinds of things you need to know for your journey. I know it helped me when I did the thing for the podcast. I have a whole new format.